My name is Oluwaseyi Awoyemi. I work with Oyo State Fire Service. Today, I want to discuss something germane to your existence in life. Something very crucial. Something very important to your sustenance. And what is that thing? This thing I'm talking about is something that Lord cherishes so much. That Lord Almighty cherish it so much, and that is fire. I want to discuss with you fire. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá mi pa fire yìí. Okay, ẹ lè yí síbẹ̀. I want to discuss with you fire. Epa, ó ti ń take time wọ́n ẹ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ṣùpá lára ògiri náà for now. The Lord knew that we cannot exist without fire. That is why He sent fire ahead of us. Genesis 1:3 says, "And the Lord said, Let there be light. And there was light. And behold, the Lord saw that the light was good." Light. When we are talking of light, when there is too much light, then there is heat. When heat is in excess, then fire comes out. Then we are talking of conversion of energy. Fire. What is fire? What do we mean by fire? Basically, everything we do in this life have its own risk, and if we want to enjoy life, we need to make use of conversion of energy from one form to another. And this energy, at the end of the day, the end product is fire. What am I talking about? Let me give you an example. We are seated here comfortably. We can see through the bulb. We have our illumination here. We can see through the bulb. If there is heat, we will enjoy the fan. We have our handset. All these things are using energy. Nobody can eat raw food. No one can eat raw food. No one will go to the market and bring yam and come back to the house and start eating it raw. You will need to cook it, to prepare it, so that you can be able to eat it. That is fire. So now when we are talking of conversion of energy, we have different forms of energy. We have heat energy, we have electrical energy, we have mechanical energy, we have solar energy, we have chemical energy, we have sound energy, we have light energy. And when we are talking of conversion of energy, now we are making use of this bulb, and that is conversion of heat energy to light energy. Conversion of light energy to heat energy, that is the bulb. Then when we are making use of our wood or our coal when it's being burnt, then we are converting mechanical energy to heat energy. And when we are using pressing iron or electric stove, we are converting electrical energy to heat energy. When we are using our blender in the kitchen, we are simply converting electrical energy to mechanical energy. Our generator, we are converting mechanical energy to electrical energy, and so on and so forth. So now, all this energy, as we are converting it from one form to another, you will notice that there is no way that you will not generate it to some extent. Now, when this heat is being generated to a large extent, probably due to the malfunctioning of the equipment, or if you don't use it appropriately, if you don't manage it appropriately, then fire will eventually come out. So fire is something we cannot do without. Fire, I used to call it God in action. Remember, if God wants to appear in the Bible in different ways, it used to appear in form of fire. That is why we have a particular denomination that when they are praying, they will say, at the end of the day, God, do this for me, do this for me. Fire! God, do this for me, do this for me in Jesus' name. Fire! Because they believe God answers in a mysterious ways. So God answered through fire. So what I'm trying to say is that Fire is something we cannot do without. And that means for God to think of sending fire in form of light ahead of us, it means this fire is very, very important, is essential to our livelihood. Now, this fire we are talking about, if we manage it properly, we will continue to enjoy it the way God purposed it for us. But if we don't manage it properly, then we will not enjoy it, and it can even claim our lives. Are you with me? If we don't manage it properly, it can claim our lives. And we need to understand how this fire, how it occurs. How does fire occur? And the causes of fire. What is fire? Don't forget, that is your question number 1. What is fire? It is necessary for you to know how to define fire. Please take where you are writing the text. What is fire? Fire can be defined as the rapid combination of 2 or more combustible materials. Fire can be defined as the rapid combination of 2 or more combustible materials resulting in the evolution of heat and light in the presence of oxygen underlined. The rapid combination of 2 or more combustible materials resulting in the evolution of heat and light in the presence of oxygen. Now, from the definition, it means for fire to occur, we need 3 key basic elements. For fire to occur, we need 3 key basic elements. What are these key elements? 1, that is question number 2 now, element of combustion. 1, heat. 2, fuel. 3, oxygen or bracket air. That is question number 2. What are the elements of combustion? Heat, fuel, and air. If you write air, you are fine. If you write oxygen, you are fine. Heat. Heat can be defined as the attainment and maintenance of certain minimum degree of temperature. That is, when temperature rise, fire will occur. Don't forget, I said the Lord sent light ahead, and when light is in excess, it brings heat, and when heat is in excess, it brings fire. When I'm talking of fire, I'm still referring to combustion now. Are we together? So now, these are the 3 elements. I've defined heat, fuel. From where? Heat. Heat is the attainment and maintenance of minimum temperature. Attainment and maintenance of minimum temperature. So now, I've defined it. Fuel. Fuel is anything that can burn, and it exists in 3 states of matter. Fuel existing in form of solid, example, chair, plastic, wood. That is fuel existing in form of solid. Fuel existing in form of liquid, example, kerosene, diesel, petrol. Then number 3, fuel existing in form of gases, LPG. That is an example of that one, liquefied petroleum gas. Are we together? Please answer me so that I will know if I should continue or not. Are we together? Can I proceed? Thank you. So now, this element of combustion now, if we are able to take one of it, at least if we are able to take one of it, then we'll be able to extinguish the fire. What am I saying? Let me take you back to the memory lane. In those days, our parents, when they go to the farm, when they come back from the farm, Probably they were able to kill one or two fowl or bush meat. They'll come to the house. The baba will sit in the sitting room in the parlor, and mama will go to the kitchen. For mama to cook, to be able to cook effectively, it will bring those three elements of combustion. It will bring it together. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Now, how? Bringing in wood, firewood together. That is, firewood is one of the elements of combustion, and that serves as fuel. Then, in those days, they used to heat two stones together. When they heat two stones together, they are doing what? They are providing heat. They are providing what we call heat. And after that, what will happen? We may not be able to see the fire the way we expected, because it can only just be bringing smoke. Then they will now bring paper and fan it, or pan to fan it. By the time it's fanning it, is supplying air. So by the time the mama has finished cooking in the kitchen, she will go through the process in a reversible way to extinguish or to quench that fire. How? She will bring water and put it and pour it. When she pour water on it, then she has been able to put one out of the three elements of combustion. And if you are able to remove at least one factor, then you will be able to put off the fire. Supplying water, that is what we call cooling. Now, element of combustion now, I've mentioned three now. I'm now in element of extinction. We have three key elements of extinction. So when the mama puts water in the fire, in what is burning, then she'll be able to suppress the heat. Then that is one of the key elements of extinction. The second one, she will now separate the firewood. Separating the firewood, what she's doing is she's trying to starve that fire. That is starvation. That is the second point, element of extinction. Now, cooling, starvation. Then the third point, she will now gather maybe something like pan or something like cover to cover the firewood, so that in order to prevent air or oxygen from entering whatever is burning. Then that is smothering. That is the third one. Smothering. 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 Oothering. Smothering. Element of combustion. That is, we have done element. We are in element of extinction now. We have done element of combustion. We are now in element of extinction. Are we together? So that is how to put off the fire. I'm going to practicalize what I've just mentioned with the use of this gas cylinder. So now, as we proceed, what are the causes of fire? Basically, we have two major causes of fire, apart from arson and natural disaster. What is arson? What do we understand by arson? Arson can be defined as arson, A-R-S-O-N. R-S-O-N. Arson. Now, let arson be your last question. Let it be one of the questions in the test. Arson, A-R-S-O-N. What is arson? Arson can be defined as the deliberate act of putting somebody else's property in fire. The deliberate act of putting somebody else's property in fire. That is arson. The second one, that is natural disaster. Examples of natural disaster is thunderstorm, thunderstrike, volcano, earthquake, and so on and so forth. Thank God, in this part of the world, our country Nigeria, most especially Africa, we don't used to experience what we call natural disaster. We don't used to experience it. It's not common in our place. Unlike in the civilized world, in other countries. Recently, we have what we call California wildfire. It's been going on for like 4 weeks now, and even up till now. California wildfire. And that is as a result of fire disaster. Most of the time when there is thunder strike, fire will just come out from the bush, and you just see fire like that, and it continues to burn for days, for weeks, for months. We had a situation whereby about 6 countries come together to fight a particular fire. That happened 2 years ago. How many of you are aware of it? The fire that burned, that we have about 6 countries coming together to put out that fire. It used to happen. That is very close to Brazilian side. So now, other common causes of fire are due to carelessness and ignorance. Carelessness and ignorance. Those are the 2 major causes of fire. Carelessness and ignorance. And we have other common causes. That is what I'm going to be explaining to you one by one. I'm going to list all, and I expect you to list all. 1, overloading of electrical points. As a fire officer, we always discourage overloading of electrical points. We always encourage people to plug just only one item in a particular socket. One item. For instance, if you want to charge your phone, like this, you are seeing what I'm doing here now. I'm charging my phone in this place, and they plug another thing. This is the way it's supposed to be. But we always discourage the use of multiple adapters. We discourage it because it's one of the major causes of fire outbreak. Another causes of fire outbreak is whenever you want to use candle, make sure you use candle stand. Another causes of fire outbreak. Okay, you want me to explain it the way you write it? Okay. Overheated machinery or electrical equipment. Overheated machinery or electrical equipment. Then 3. Overheated machinery or electrical equipment. 3. Smoking in a prohibited area. I won't say you should not smoke. I don't smoke, and I don't encourage anybody to smoke. But I understand there are some people that smoke for a number of reasons, for their health reasons. Some people must smoke based on the advice from the doctor and because of their health reasons. So, if you must smoke, make sure you have what we call, make sure you have what we call cigarette stud. Cigarette stud. Cigarette stud. Then damage to insulation. Damage to insulation. What we mean by that is this cable now, this cable that I'm using to charge my laptop, if you notice maybe there is scratches or it is damaged, please replace it. Don't manage it. Then we also have poor housekeeping. Poor housekeeping. Those are one of the common causes of fire outbreak. Spontaneous combustion. Using wrong size of cable. Using wrong size of cable. Combustion. Then another one is incorrect installation of equipment or electrical cable. Incorrect installation of equipment or electrical cable. Then power transmission line. Some people, incorrect installation of equipment and electrical cable. Power transmission line. High current density. Using multiple adapters, I've mentioned that. Failure to close gas cylinder valve. Failure to close gas cylinder valve. The woman in the kitchen, where is she? That is one of the major causes of fire outbreak. If you do not close your valve, your gas cylinder valve properly, if you do not close it very well, by the time you come back in the morning to the kitchen, then it can give you problem, and it is one of the major causes of fire outbreak. Continue, skip, I'll come. Power transmission line, high current density, using multiple adapters, failure to close gas cylinder valve, indiscriminate bush burning, and fueling of running machine, especially generator. Do not fuel your generator when it is working. Make sure you put it off before you fuel it. Then you switch it on again. Don't forget, I said, nearly all what we do have its own risk. Now, before I go to discuss about classes of fire, we have different types of fire and different classes of fire. The type of fire I expect from the room of Mr. A is quite different from the type of fire that will come out from the room of Mr. B. Why? Because what Mr. A puts in his own room is quite different from what Mr. B puts in his own room. That is why I need to explain to you that no two fires are alike. We have different types of fire. We have 4. For the case of this program or this course, I'm going to restrict it to 4. We actually have more than 7. But for the sake of this program, let me just mention 4. Number 1, class A type of fire. Class A type of fire. This is fire that involves free burning materials. Free burning materials. Example, wood, paper, plastic. Those are free burning materials. And what we use to extinguish that type of fire is water. Only water. Number 2, class B type of fire. These are fire that has to do with, that involves highly flammable materials. These are fire that involves highly flammable materials. Example of highly flammable materials is what? Somebody to remind me.
Rubber, plastic.
No, highly flammable materials. Petrol, diesel, kerosene, and so on and so forth. Third one, class C type of fire. C, class C type of fire. These are fire that involves gaseous substances. Example is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, the one we use in the kitchen. LPG, L for liquefied petroleum, P, gas. That is the type of fire we use in the kitchen.
These are the types of fire that
involves gaseous substance. You have mentioned LPG, butane, methane, propane, and so on and so forth. Then the 4th one, and that is the last one for this course. Class D type of fire. Class D. These are fire that involves metallic substances. In class D type of fire, we don't use water to extinguish it. If you put water in fire that involves metals, then what will happen is explosion. Explosion. Ìbúgbàmù tó dẹ̀ lè pààyàn. Now, let me take 3 items as a case study. 3 items as a case study. Then I'll explain briefly. Then we'll probably go for a break. Then we'll come back. Ṣé ti gúnyán lẹ́ta fi máa lọ fún break. Then we'll probably come back. Then we'll do practical. And we wrap it up. Phones. Number 1, phones. Number 2, laptops. Number 3, gas cylinder. These 3 items are what you need on a daily basis for your sustenance. You need them on a daily basis. And these 3 items are items that if you don't manage it well, you can see the other side of it, and it can even claim your life. How? 3 items that you need on a daily basis. Phone, handset. Your handset is a portable handset, is something that you use to communicate with your friends, with your family, with other people. That is your phone. You use it to communicate. You use it to write text messages. You use it to do a lot of things. Do you know that your portable handset involves tiny electrons? And it has tiny electrons that carry electromagnetic charge, that carry signals from your phone to the network tower and back to your phone or to the person that is calling you. Your portable handset carries tiny electrons, which we call electromagnetic radiation. It's like a wireless signal. Now, when you are using your phone in the kitchen, this wireless signal is carrying the same charge with your gas fumes or petroleum fumes, that when it comes in contact, it can cause explosion and it can bring out fire. And that is why Nelcom physics explain it to us that 2 positive charge, when you bring it together, then you experience the explosion. It's just like bringing positive wire from this side and positive wire from this side and connecting it together. So I will advise that nobody should go to the kitchen with your phone. Our women, the woman in the kitchen, most of them, they cultivate the habit of putting tonosobe on their forehead. They will wrap scarf and they will be using it to cook in the evening in the kitchen. It is wrong. It is wrong. Stop taking your phone to the kitchen, please. Also, avoid going to a petrol station or gas station with your phone. Now, there are still some other habits that we do that are dangerous to our health. And the Yoruba people used to say, Ṣàngó kì í jà lóòjọ́, ọjọ́ kan péré kọ́ lolúwéré ń pa ni. Ìyá kitchen, fáìn tí máa fún ẹ bó ṣe ń sùn yẹn ni pé bóyá kó lọ gúnyán wá tàbí kó ìdílé kó gúnyán wá tàbí kó dìde kó káwọ́ ẹ sókè tàbí kó mọ jump káàkiri gbogbo premises. Èwo ló máa mú nínú ẹ̀? Okay. So, do not go to the kitchen with your phone. It's not always good. Please. When you cultivate the habit of putting your phone on your forehead and using scarf to wrap it, the researcher, they said it can give us brain cancer or brain tumor. It's not good. The women and the men that are fond of putting their phone in their chest pocket, the researcher says it is not good. It can give you chest or breast cancer. And if you are used to putting your phone in your pocket as a man, as a male, in your pocket, they said it can give you low sperm count. If you are used to putting your phone on the bed when you are sleeping, you are fond of sleeping, they said it can give you bad sleep pattern. The best place to keep your phone is your palm. That is why they call it handset, portable handset. Then we go to gas cylinder. Do you know that gas cylinder expires? Expired gas cylinders are not safe and it can cause lethal accident. Do not buy lethal accident. That is fatal accident. Do not buy used cylinder. Do not paint your cylinder. Do not paint your gas cylinder. The reason why I'm saying you should not paint your gas cylinder is when you paint your gas cylinder, it is as if you are delaying the evil days. It can stop the leakage temporarily, but it will still leak. Then how do you check your gas cylinder if it is leaking or not? How do you check for gas cylinder leaks? Put some soapy water through a paintbrush or a foam. Put it on your cylinder, your soapy water. Put soap in the water. Then use maybe a foam or a brush in form of paint. Put it on your cylinder and do a visual check. You will notice anywhere you see bubbles, that is where the cylinder is leaking. And what you will do at that particular point in time is you will replace your cylinder. Do not repair your cylinder. Quality valves and fittings is a must in your cylinder. How do you check your cylinder if it has expired or not? A year is divided into 4. A, B, C, D. And at the top ring handle of your cylinder, we have something we call alphanumeric letter written on the top ring handle. A stands for January, February, March. Let us pick March. B stands for June. That is April, May, June. Let us pick June. C stands for September. D stands for December. When you see A26, it means your cylinder will expire on A stands for what? March. On March 2026. That is the first quarter. If you see D20, what does it mean? December when? That means it has expired since December 2020. That is how to check your cylinder if it has expired or not. Then lastly, laptop. If you notice at the bottom of your laptop, there's something we call sieve, biache. That is where ventilation is supposed to be entering your laptop and coming out. Most of you that cultivate the habit of using your laptop on the bed, it is a bad habit. Do not use your laptop on the bed. Do not use it and place it on the foam. What happens is the foam blocked the ventilation, thereby cause rise in temperature. And don't forget, when there is rise in temperature, where we are coming from, excess, it brings out fire. Fire can occur as a result of that. So on that note,
so part of fire, so you can put foam, class A of fire, class A of fire, can put foam.
Foam. What do you mean by foam?
Like foam.
Yes, that is free burning materials. You can put foam. Although it is yes, put foam. It's part of free burning materials. So, why do we have small fire going out of hand? Why? Because we panic. Because we are ignorant. Because we don't know what to do. It takes a minimum of 3 minutes for explosion to occur, except in the case of arson. Explosion will occur when there is rise in temperature. Apart from that, there is no way you can have explosion. So when fire started in front of you, do not run away. Use the appropriate means to fight the fire. I was trying to mention a particular example. Do not use candle, especially our students. Do not use candle to read. The reason is this: because of this lady, that is why I want to say it. Most of them, when they are reading with candle, they will be dozing off. Look at her hair. By the time she's dozing off, what happened to the hair? The hair can catch fire, and it is dangerous. It can cost their lives. So we don't encourage them to use naked light. We encourage them to use torch lights and some other gadgets that are not naked fire. On that note, we conclude the part A of this course. Let us proceed to part B.